The kids are back to school, which means lunchbox packing. As a mom and food scientist, I'm always concerned that these little insulated packs are going to heat up before lunchtime and the food not being safe for my kiddos to eat. Do you know how to safely pack a lunchbox? The type of food determines its storing temperature, so let's find out. Bacteria multiplies quickly and loves warm temperatures, especially between the temperature danger zone, which is between 40 to 140 degrees. So remember, cold food should stay cold and hot food should stay hot. Here are the items that need to be kept cold. Any products containing eggs, foods that have meat or cheese, and yogurt. Any milk product should definitely be kept cold, with the exception of these ultra-high temperature processed shelf-stable milks. If you peeled or cut any fruits or vegetables, keep them cool. Chill any open juice containers, and keep fresh green salads or pasta salads nice and chilly. Here are my favorite ways to keep perishable foods nice and cold until lunchtime. I love these insulated lunch bags that you freeze, and inside they stay nice and cold. You've got a lot of cooler pack options. You freeze the sticks, you can use little shipping gels, traditional cooler packs, or freeze a wet sponge. Here are some great items you can freeze that will be nice and chilly when the kids eat it, or they serve as cooler packs as well. Freeze your juice pouch or box, fruit pouches, and if you have any chocolate coated cookies or products, freeze those too. You can even freeze your sandwich. To keep water bottles nice and cold, make a giant ice cube. I fill the water bottle about a third of the way with water, and then I freeze it on an angle. That way, when I add in the straw, it doesn't get in the way. Add the liquid and the water will stay nice and chilly all day instead of getting really warm once the ice cubes melt. Make sure to clean the inside and outside of the water bottles every day. As you can see, my son's water bottle is pretty banged up and dingy. If the water inside starts to warm up, you'll notice that it'll develop this filmy slime on the inside and on the straw, so keep these clean. Foods that should be kept hot are things like soups, stews, chilies, and rice, and make sure to put it in a thermos. If you're packing a hot meal to go for lunch or dinner, it's really important to keep hot foods hot. To prevent food spoilage, hot food should be held at 140 degrees and above. All you have to do is add hot boiling water to your thermos, cover, and let warm up for 5 minutes. Now that the thermos is nice and hot, drain off the water. Take the temperature of your soup, stew, or rice, or anything you plan to put in the thermos. Make sure it's above 140 degrees. Now you can safely add it to the container. This will keep your meal nice and hot and ready to eat. Foods that can be stored at room temperature might surprise you. Dried snacks like chips and crackers are pretty obvious. Fruit snacks, as long as they don't get too hot so they don't melt. Nuts and dried fruit. Dried packaged meat like salami or hard cheeses. Unopened juices or aseptically packaged milk, canned fish or chicken, and I know you're excited to find out that peanut butter and jelly can be kept at room temperature. However, not longer than 2 hours. And when in doubt, if you're not sure how long this has been sitting out in the lunchbox, it's time to throw it out. Perishable foods can only be at room temperature for 2 hours. If foods are exposed to temperatures above 90 degrees, like a hot car, they can only be out for 1 hour. Never taste food to determine if it's safe to eat the next day. When in doubt, just throw it out. When the kids come home, it's time to inspect. Oh man, toss out any of these wrappers. And if you have uneaten food or bags, don't reuse them. It's time to throw them out. They've probably been sitting out all most of the day. Any ice packs will have defrosted by the time they get home, so make sure you pop them in the freezer, but wash them first. Make sure to wipe down and clean the lunchbox. It can get pretty grimy. If needed, use warm soapy water. Dry it off with a paper towel. Then make sure to dry it upside down overnight so that you can get rid of any residual water. What's your favorite lunch packing tip? Let me know in the comment section below. And make sure to check out my videos for more delicious ideas on meals to feed your family. See you there.